Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Yinzer Brothers podcast. I'm TJ. I'm here with my brother Tim, and we are the Yinzer Bros. Today, we are coming hot off the heels of the Steelers' victory over the Detroit Lions, 19-9.
That team stinks.
They're awful.
They're bad. They're bad.
I know. I got to tell you, but Campbell, their coach, didn't he look like Goldberg? You see how big he is up top? Holy cow!
That dude seems like he has squirrels running around his head.
You do a little bit too much of the testy cream, or you got too much of the, those bad steroids.
I bet his back is probably full of acne, of it.
I'm sure it is. He looks rough. So it was the last game of the preseason. It gives us a lot to talk about tonight. So Tim, first off,
I'm sweating my kajungers off right now.
So Tim is sweating. Tim, why don't you tell the faithful listeners that he's wearing a long sleeve shirt? And I can tell you right now, Harris men should not wear long sleeve shirts. We shouldn't really wear like sports jackets because we're sweaters. So Tim, why are you wearing a long sleeve shirt?
I can't get. I got the testy cream. I remember we talked about it last podcast. I can't get like stuff to rub on it, so I don't want the testy cream rubbing off on my daughter's 3. That's the last thing I need is her growing horns and wings because I'm giving her testy.
So for those of the listeners that missed it, if you missed the last episode, Tim went to the doctor and basically they told him that he's got the testosterone level of a Girl Scout. So they administered testy cream. So in order to protect the rest of mankind, from the testy cream, he's got to wear a long sleeve shirt, which inadvertently makes him hot. So Tim is sweating right now. If you're not looking at the broadcast, if you're just listening, he's got a towel. It's looking pretty rough. Tim, tell everybody how you're feeling right now.
I feel like, when like that picture like a Balboa when Apollo Creed, he's training Apollo, or not training, but he's in the corner for Apollo Creed when the Russian kills him. Like Rocky has the talent. That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm a trainer and I'm in the middle of a ring, and it's either that or one of those where the fat guys go sit in the sauna. What is this? The Turkish
It's a sauna.
baths?
You got it. It's a sauna. Yeah.
That's what I feel like right now. I mean, I am smoking hot, man.
Well, I'm sure you are. So, but this is the funny thing. So Tim's got the long sleeve shirt on to protect everybody from when he puts the testy cream on, but he didn't put any cream on today, did you, Tim? So Tim, why are you wearing a long sleeve shirt?
I don't know, man. I just put it on this morning, and I thought I was gonna put testy cream on, and I didn't. And
so you've had that thing on all day? You've been wearing that all day?
Yeah, dude, I've been sweating like a stuffed hog, man.
So why didn't you just change it to a short sleeve shirt?
Because I thought at one point in time I would be putting on the testy cream. And I didn't put the testy cream on. So, TJ, I don't know. It got late. I'm watching the Steeler game.
You're supposed to be an expert. The IQ of our listeners is dropping even as they're listening to us.
TJ, yeah, you're right. I'm a dummy. I'm a dumb.
That's okay. So we watched the game. Tim, what were your initial thoughts of the game? What do you think?
I feel like one of them fat rappers that has a towel on stage and just doing this the whole time.
I get it.
What was my initial thoughts of the game?
Before we start talking about the QBs and everything else, what were your initial thoughts of the game?
That was a tough game to watch, man. Wow, that was a tough game. Even for a preseason game, that was a tough game to watch. Absolutely tough game to watch. That line is
they're bad.
They're bad. They're bad at football. They're
bad. Well, we'll get to the line, but let's talk about what everybody wants to talk about. Let's talk about the QB play. And again, I just thought maybe we could just run down each quarterback. Let's talk about what they did, their stats, and all the stuff. Let's start with our leader, apparently the starter. We got the big guy. We got Mitchell from Chicago to us, Trubisky. He had a pretty decent day, 15 for 19, 160 yards, 1 TD. What did you like about what Trubisky did today?
Didn't throw an interception, but TJ, I mean, he's either one read Mitch or check down Mitch. That's it. That's TJ. TJ, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do like 3 games with this dude because I mean the pinnacle. I almost put my head through the TV on the one play where he was flushed out of the pocket, and he just took a 3-yard sack instead of just throwing the ball directly into I don't care somebody's crotch on the sideline. Just throw it away.
Yeah,
I
I didn't
mean,
understand that either. You're outside the pocket, just chuck it away. I don't know what he was trying to do.
TJ,
He did have a
I've
nice. I
always
mean
said this.
that pass to Johnson was nice.
It- yeah, but I mean, TJ, I mean, it actually wasn't. He threw it into double coverage. If the pass was nice, but the decision stunk because he threw it into double coverage. If you looked at it, that's what he did.
Tim, that's what all the great ones do. They put it in the holes.
That's not what all the great ones do.
So I mean, what are your overall? I mean, do you like how the offense is with him? I mean, he always looks to me like he's in distress a little bit. I mean, he doesn't look
TJ,
comfortable.
he looks like he TJ. He looks like he just what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, like he's always surprised, like something weird. Like he's like, he's like shocked. It's like his eyes are big. I don't like it when my quarterback's eyes are always ginormously big and bright eyed.
I agree.
It scares the hell out of me.
He almost looks like he's just happy to not make mistakes. So he's playing like safe instead of playing like, aggressively to win. So what are some things that you like that he did well tonight? Do you like anything that he did?
I mean, he did the 2 minute drive, which was great, but it's again watching the picture of it. You look at his stats and you're like, oh, those are pretty good stats, but he just doesn't pass the eyeball test. Does that make sense?
Oh, it does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I mean, his stats look good. He just doesn't. When you see it, and Mitch doesn't have any of it at all.
No, you're right. I think you're right. So I'm with you. I think he did some. I think he's a solid, serviceable QB. I can see him as a quality backup. I don't know if he'll ever be, like you said, like the guy. He reminds me a little bit of like Tannehill, like down in Tennessee.
No,
he wants to be great.
I think Tannehill's better than him.
Well, he probably is. But I mean, does Tannehill, does he like strike fear in your heart?
No.
So I think there's that, like you said, that thing that just he doesn't have. So then let's go, then after him, Kenny went in. I was surprised that Trubisky paid the whole half, but that's great. So Kenny goes in. He's 10 for 14 for 90 yards. What did you like about what Kenny did?
The best thing I liked about what Kenny did, I think there was a spot where it was second and something. I think they were on their 20-yard line. And I want to say it was before, when they ran out of time, before he called the timeout or something. They called the timeout from the sidelines. The clock was running down. He looked at the sidelines and yelled at some buffoon coach over, said, "Just let me do my thing." TJ, he's a dude. I'm like 63%. He's a dude.
I think you're right. I like what he does. You know what impresses me with, he zips it when he needs to. He floats it when he needs to. He's got incredible accuracy and amazing touch on his balls.
TJ,
To be that young, he's incredible.
He's calm.
Yeah.
He's calm. Like when he's in there, you're like, he's just calm. He's cool, calm, collective. He's not looking at the rush. That's what Mitch, I feel, is doing. I feel like Mitch looks at the rush. Kenny doesn't do that. His eyes are downfield, and he's making that throw he had in that back shoulder. It was a crazy throw. I mean, Mitch's throw was very nice to the game. It was nice, but there's no. Kenny gets back, gets the ball out of his hand. He's not indecisive. I don't. If it's me, why not ride with the young kid?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
Know. You could tell too. He throws a very catchable ball. You got certain guys, and they struggle to catch the ball. It almost seems like when he throws the ball melts into the receiver's hands. I mean, he throws a good, solid, accurate, very soft ball, it's just amazing to me. What are some things you think he needs to work on?
I don't know, because I haven't seen him enough with the ones.
Yeah.
So that's the $1 million thing. I don't know, TJ. It's like he seems like he's seeing the field like you're supposed to see the field. I don't know. I haven't seen him make a mistake. So I put it this way. I haven't even seen him make like a pass that you're like, he got away with one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His passes have either been like, I think the one he sailed out of bounds, which wasn't catchable. Like the other one, I thought the receiver had his hands on the little white dude.
He did. He did.
I mean, that was an incredible throw. I don't know. I don't know what. Like I saw Mitch get the stress out of the pocket, and he threw some crappy. I mean, that's what I don't know. And maybe it's a different story if he's seen live one speed. I mean, he saw a little bit of the ones against Jacksonville. I would just love to see him with the pure ones. Like, I thought he was going to play that second quarter or something of the sort with the ones. And I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. I don't know what more he has to show or which more you think he needs to look more polished. And he looks like he has command when he comes in.
He does. He does. He looks like he's leading receivers. And again, when he's off, he's not like off by a lot. His definition of off. I love his accuracy and I love his touch. I think he's amazing.
He looks like a leader. He looks like a leader of men. Does that make
sense? He does. No, I agree. And you know what? Even for where he is now, the thought process is he's just going to get better. Because he's still trying to figure out what he is. I'll tell you what, too, they did a really cool stat on the game, or a little thought that I thought was great, how really it benefited him to stay in school one more year. I mean, I think it just made him a better quarterback. And I know people are talking about
that was a tough thing that they showed, because I mean, you had Joe Burrow on one aspect of it, and you had Zach Wilson, who I think he stinks. On the other, I'm going, wait a second. I don't need none of that Zach Wilson stuff with Kenny.
No, but I mean, and a case can be made too. When you look at like Burrow at LSU and you look at Kenny at Pitt, you're talking about two different programs too here. Now, don't get me wrong. Pitt did really well last year. And they're nationally ranked this year, but I mean, I think his development, I think he did exactly what he needed to do. He stayed where he is. And again, I don't think he's lost anything at all. I think we rushed these guys very quickly. I was shocked. He's actually older than the dude than Philly. What's his name? Which is nuts. Yeah. But again, I think he made the right decision.
To me, it's like, but I get it. Yeah. He definitely made the right decision, but like, I don't know what more he needs. What is the Steelers so scared of?
It might be the line. They may be terrified of the line. I don't know. I mean, the line is bad.
It's not going to get any better weeks. Like I said, I think the over-under to me is now it's not a 4 weeks. If I was Mitch, can you imagine what that dude's life's going to be around Pittsburgh?
Oh, I know. It's bad. I mean, you're just waiting. I mean, you're just waiting for one little trip up and you're done.
There's ginormous fatheads of Kenny Pickett in the crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, all it's going to take is one bad game, and that whole crowd, you're going to have 65,000 people yelling Kenny.
I know. You're right. No, you're right. It's going to be tough for Mitch. And then, so that takes us to the last guy, Mason. I was surprised. This sounds crazy to me. Yeah. I think Mason did enough stuff. There's enough QB stuff. I wouldn't have played Mason at all because you got nowhere to go but down. And he did go down tonight. He was 0 for 3. He didn't look that great. I mean, he's playing with third and fourth stringers.
He was playing with guys like me and you that were going to be working at rallies in a week and a half. I mean, to me,
I don't know. I would have shelved him. I think you have enough tape on him now.
TJ, I don't think tonight hurt him one iota whatsoever.
But I'll tell you what, QBs, it makes me actually think too. I mean, we've talked about, if he's going to stay, is he going to go? There's enough guys, they've lost QBs already that he's got to be a hot commodity. But if you're the Steelers, what do you do?
Well, I didn't even think about this. I saw somebody bring it up too, is if you do keep him on the roster this year and he goes and signs with somebody else, you're going to get a comp pick.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm still trading him. If somebody, for instance, that team that they just played tonight, if I'm looking for a backup quarterback, my God, yeah. I mean, to me, it's like people were saying Jimmy, like, there's not a team that's going to trade for Jimmy G.
Yeah, I know.
It's not going to happen. Nobody's going to pick up an $18-20 million salary. And nobody's going to give you picks for Jimmy G for a guy coming off shoulder surgery. Why wouldn't you just, to me, it's like, I think you can get me personally, I still think you can get a 5th-round pick for Mason. If you get a 5th-round pick for him, trade him tomorrow.
Take it.
So to me, it's like, I think teams are looking out there. He's making, I think, $5 million.
He's a bargain.
And for a backup, I think there's a lot of teams. You're talking Detroit. Those two guys stunk.
Yeah. Well, Carolina's decimated now.
Carolina, you've got, I think the Rams
they lost Darnold. They lost everybody. Yeah, I mean,
the Rams lost their backup quarterback. I think the Giants lost Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, they did. You said he had a back injury. That's crazy.
He breaks his back every year. He broke his back. That dude has the worst injury thing I've ever seen. I think he was out for 1 year. Like he got I think somebody was getting him a shot. They gave him like a painkiller shot, and they stuck his lung by accident or something like that.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of teams with backup quarterbacks that I think. I mean, I wouldn't want Mason as my backup quarterback, but I think he'd be serviceable for other teams.
Good old Mason.
I've been through this. I don't need to see the Mason show.
No.
He looked good in the preseason. He looks good in the preseason all the time. So when you get in the regular season, he gets hit in the face with a helmet and he craps a bed, or he leaves the field with his with his face mask off. The team that I actually wouldn't be surprised picks him up. Truthfully, too, I'd watch out for the Patriots because I was reading something that they had a real high grade on him coming out of college. I could see Bill doing that.
Let him take him. That's great.
Wouldn't that be some stuff? Mason just turns into a star with the Patriots, and he just kicks our teeth in every year for the next 10 years.
Why you even talk like that? Don't even talk like that.
TJ, I can talk like that. There's not I made this bet with my wife. If somehow Mason wins a Super Bowl with another team as a starter, I will buy his jersey and I will wear it every day the whole entire year, no matter where I'm at, no matter what function I'm at. If I got to beat a black tie, it will be under my suit.
Now, is that as a starter, or is that what if he's a backup in the team?
No. He has to be starting. He has to be the starting quarterback in the Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's a safe bet. That's not going to happen. I did see old Mason come back. He threw a couple of those balls and looked like he was throwing the medicine ball again tonight. He threw that one out, and I was like, "Here comes the medicine ball."
His head, like he starts going back, and he starts dropping back to pat. His head looks like like there's things that like the cartoon characters where they're just the balloons, the head. That's what it looks like. I don't know. Just Bob was like he's like a baby. Like his head's.
I think you're right. So those are the QBs. Let's talk a little bit about the offense. Even the offense, I was hoping to see a little bit more out of the line. We only had 57 yards of rushing. The offensive line looks rough. Moore looks like he takes a half a step back every game.
Did he forget how to play football? What happened?
I don't know what happened. He looks bad. Now, thank God.
The Bears they got too. That guy they got from the Bears too. That guy's not any good either. I thought he looks Joel.
Yeah, he looks rough. Now I gotta say, whatchamacallit, what's his name? The guard, not Green. What's the other guy? He was serviceable tonight. Dawson wasn't terrible.
TJ, you just need to put a cone out there and be better than. Did you see him? Did you see him come in the second team? 53.
Who?
53. What's his name?
Oh, Green.
TJ, he can't play in the NFL.
He's bad. I know. He's just bad.
He looks like he's playing. The little kids who used to wear the shoes with the skates on the bottom.
Yeah,
I think he's wearing them during the game.
He's bad. I don't know. I was hoping to see more out of the line. I feel bad for Najee. They got to do something. They got to pick up somebody.
Someone needs to sit Mike Tomlin down and say, "Dude, you can't be playing." There's no way in God's creation I should see Najee hurling a dude with 2 minutes left in the first half of the last preseason game. Yeah. Get him out the game.
Well, they knocked the rust off him. That's good, but it was bad. I
get the mental picture like he's Secretariat and somebody's in the crowd and they just is going to shoot his leg out at any time. You can't. That's Secretariat. You can't do that.
No. So what do you think of the backup running backs? What do you think of Warren, Betty Snell? Do those guys step out?
I like Warren because he seems like he's a one cut go type of dude. Benny Snell, he ran hard, but he still looks like he's moving in mud.
He reminds me of Samuels. He's just slow. He's slower than the guys.
I don't know what everybody said. He was like in shape and he was looking cool. He looks like he does. He looks like he's in the Matrix. Yeah, on the opposite side of the Matrix.
The slow side of the Matrix. Yeah, you're right. And then I thought McFarland, I was hoping he would come on a little bit. He didn't show me a ton tonight.
It's tough because like when McFarland comes in the game and Najee's playing, like all you see is their hair, but like as soon as you see them touch the ball, like that's the difference. And I'll tell you right now, like Najee needs to start going down. Like he was taking some unnecessary hits. I'm like, dude, just lay down.
Yeah.
Just lay down. Lay down. Take a nap. Nighty night. Lay down.
He's a beast. I think he'll have to figure that out.
Because if I got to go into week 3 with the stable that we got in those running backs.
Boy, it's a shame that kid got hurt. That kid from Ohio State got hurt.
Oh yeah, he was a monster. But I do like the dude Warren. I think he is everything I've seen of him. He looks good. I mean, I think he's going to be the primary backup. If it's Benny
Yeah.
Snell, Lord have mercy on our soul.
Yeah, I don't like Benny. Makes me nervous. I don't know. And then our receivers, I'll tell you what. I think Miles was a good pickup. He looks like I didn't realize how young he was too.
He was in the same. I think TJ plays for Notre. He went to Notre Dame. That's tough. You talking about the
What's up
Miles
with
Boykins?
Claypool? Is Claypool ever going to play on? Is he ever going to get on the field?
I don't know. He's talked such a good game of being changed. At least he's not doing TikToks every 5 seconds. But at least he was healthy when he was doing TikToks. I don't know.
Pickens had another thing, and I love Pickens. Did you see him push down that D back again tonight?
Dude's
He does it
gonna
every game. He's got to be ready for it.
TJ, he's going to get. I think at some point in the season he's going to get into a fist fight brawl with somebody, and I don't know. It's going to cost him like 3 games. So I mean, it's going to be bad. Where he's like taking somebody. He's going to pull like an Aaron Donald. He pulls as he starts trying to swing helmets. I have a feeling
he does that. Pittsburghers, they'll carve his face. West End, they'll carve his face out
like
there.
Here's my thing. Like, if you're a D-back, like,
what do you
he
do?
did it the first preseason game. Like, you do something. Karate chop him back. You got to be prepared for it.
Well, dude, he's
right?
6'4". He's a big dude. What are you going to do?
You got if you're a D-back, you got to be prepared for that. He's like, this dude's about to. You got to do something. Prepare yourself.
What do you think is going on in that dude's head too, man? I still can't get that picture of him looking at that TV. There's something he's missing. There's a few neurons that are not high-fiving the other ones up there.
TJ, that dude is. I've heard him talk, and he doesn't sound like. When you hear him talk in interviews, he does. He sounds pretty intelligent. I just think I think he's the type of dude like when you're Aaron Donald outside of football, you're talking interviews. You're like, oh, he's pretty laid back and kind of chill. That's what I got the feeling for Pickens. You put him on a football field. They just something I can't know. Pickens isn't like that because that was unbelievable. I mean, there's something. Yeah, there's probably again. I'll be happy if we get 3 good years out of Pickens.
Yeah, before he goes crazy. I'll tell you what, Freiermuth looks like he's a real deal.
I like that dude, that 82 kid.
Yeah, Sims, is that who you're talking about?
He has AB like qualities.
He does?
It's something to put. I'm like, hey, he's kind of. I like him. They're gonna have a tough decision at the wide receiver room because I don't know. You can't keep. How many can you keep? 6, 5, maybe.
I mean, my guess is they'll keep 6.
I mean, I don't know because to me, you have to keep the white kid because he's returning a punt.
I'll tell you what, he's turned into a great. The kid they got from the Patriots.
You give him $4 million.
Yeah.
So he has to return punts. You got him. You're gonna have.
What's up with Austin? Are we going to see him? Is he going to make the team? What's happening?
I have a feeling he is the gadget that Mike Tomlin was trying to hide, like Chris Rainey, but Chris Rainey stunk. But I think this dude's going to be good.
He might be. I don't know.
No, I think he's a 4th round pick, TJ. They're not going to dump a 4th round pick.
No.
So to me, there's another guy. You got. I don't think Boykins is going to make the team because my guess is for that 5th or 6th spot. You're talking Boykins. You're talking that 82, and I think 82 can return punts too.
Boykins got size though. He's like 6'4" as well.
He's from Notre Dame. I mean, what is?
Hey, maybe. I mean, I've heard this. Maybe there's some rumors about them moving Claypool.
They ain't gonna move Claypool.
What have you gotten out of him the last couple of years?
If they held him out because they're moving him to the Bears for that linebacker, and he just dies in Chicago,
that would be great. That'd be great.
I don't know. They're gonna have a tough decision at wide receiver. Pat Freiermuth. Pat Freiermuth may be sneaky. They're the best player on the team.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He's incredible, man. He doesn't drop anything.
No,
if he just stays out of the concussion protocol, he'll be great.
He will be. He's not a bruiser like like some of the old guys, like Heath and those guys. But I think it's a new era.
He's very Kelsey like.
Yeah,
that's what it's what he reminds me of. Dude he's nasty, man. He is nasty.
Yeah, he's got a good catch radius. I like him. So what were your overall thoughts of the offense tonight?
It was putrid, dude. I mean, nothing. Yeah, it was not good. The line, they have to get some stuff. Something has. They have guys out there like I don't know why I don't call up Eric Fisher, who was a tackle for the Chiefs. It's sitting out there.
They should. Yeah, he's out there.
They got to do something, man.
I
I
would
don't know. I
expect
don't know.
them. I think he was probably waiting for this week of cuts because everybody's got to start cutting down to see if you could pick guys off the pile. But I think Fisher would be great. I did see something tonight that I have not seen in the other offensives yet for the last 3 games. I did see he did sneak in a couple RPOs tonight that were interesting to me, and maybe he's holding back some of the playbook right now. You know, you kind
Matt
of want to be
Canada,
vanilla. Yeah.
Matt Canada's holding the play. Yeah, sure he is.
I don't know. Well, RPOs are a little bit more effective. I mean, he did it one time. He actually put it in Najee's gut, pulled it out, and he picked up. He threw a ball and got about 7 yards. I mean, that's
Yeah.
you know,
Half the time I think Matt Canada's up there trying to find his Zin or his Tin or his Copenhagen. He doesn't know where it's at.
maybe I don't know. So let's flip to the other side of the ball. Let's talk about the defense. The defense was on the field a lot. The whole bend but not break thing was happening tonight. I don't know. I think the stars were the stars. I mean, you see, when you see,
TJ, you can't be playing TJ Watt and Minka Fitz. TJ, you have almost $200 million in them two dudes.
I know,
You can't
I
be
know.
playing them until the second half. You can't.
Yeah, I could see like maybe a few series, maybe even a quarter.
TJ Watt should have played exactly 4 plays. That's all. That's it. That's all he should have played was 4 plays. And you got Minka back there. I'm seeing him just come running in and breaking up runs. I'm like, what are we doing,
Boy,
man?
he looked like a ball hawk tonight, didn't he?
He shouldn't be looking like a ball hog for 2 quarters in a preseason game against the Lions.
Yeah. You know who else was impressive tonight too? I'll tell you what, I like the way that Miles Jack kind of flies to the ball. Holy cow.
I think they heard they got that other safety they signed, Dominic whatever something.
Oh,
Z they called
the
him.
one that they just signed, yeah.
I heard he broke. No, he brought him at the beginning of the year, beginning before the season started. The guy from I think he played at Dallas. He was a safety.
Oh yeah,
They've been
yeah,
running
yeah.
that. They've been running that
KZ or whatever.
Yeah, they've been running that 3
Yeah.
safety thing. They said he may be out for a while. I think he did something to his wrist.
He break his wrist. You know
Came
who
out,
was
came
who
out
was
with a tent
impressive today?
with a
Did you see that kid Scott that played on the outside? He played for I'm guessing for whatchamacallit, opposite of Watt. What's his name again? He just jumped out of my head.
You mean not Tupac Shakur?
No, the normal guy.
Highsmith? What's up with him? Where's he been?
He hurt something. I think he hurt his hamstring.
He's always
So that
hurt,
kid
too.
Scott wasn't bad. I mean, he wasn't bad at all. He had a couple tackles. I think he had a sack. I mean,
Who?
maybe he's 51. Maybe he's a big kid. He's like 6'4", 250, something like that. He's huge.
Who?
He was on the
You
other
took
side.
Miles-
He's on the other
50
side
no,
of TJ Watt.
51's Miles Jacks.
No,
Yeah, 51's Miles.
well,
Jack.
not 51. Then maybe he's 50 or something like that. I don't know. I thought it was 51.
They
Scott.
got some dude that they got off of waivers. I know they brought in as an edge guy.
Yeah.
I
Now
don't
this
know.
guy, I mean, he was decent. I was very surprised. Robinson looked decent. Bush looks awful.
TJ.
He did get a
He-
tackle tonight, but a guy like ran over him and like tripped on him. So I mean,
He
that's
got-
how he got a tackle.
He got like I saw him get hemmed up by a tight end on that long run.
He looks terrible. He looks like he's out of place. He's a
I don't
half.
know.
He looks terrible.
He looks like a linebacker that doesn't want to tackle,
He
which
does.
is how can you be a linebacker that don't want to tackle?
I have no idea.
He's gonna make me. He's almost forcing me to go to a game this year just to badmouth, get there early to see him in warmups and just badmouth him the whole time.
So here's a
You
question:
stink.
Is he as bad as the dude that we cut from last year? This
Schobert?
year? Yeah. Is he as bad as Schobert?
Schobert would at least put his nose in and tackle somebody. Bush doesn't
I
even do
mean,
that.
is it worth trying to bring him back? He's floating around into nowhere.
Why don't you let that rookie play? That looks like Vince Williams.
Oh yeah, he's tough.
Let him play.
Is that Robinson? Is that who that is?
Yeah. Because if I have to see either Bush or I got to see 41 Fenwick's the pride of Fenwick chasing everybody around the field. Like I can't. The pride of Fenwick should not be in on passing downs.
No.
The pride of Fenwick should be playing special teams. The pride of Fenwick should not be in the middle with Miles Jack at all.
No, Miles Jack, he was a good pickup. I'm glad we've got him. I don't know. I tell you, in the front defensive line, they didn't look bad. The new guys that were in, I liked Larry Ogunjobi. I thought
Yeah.
he looked solid. And I think when we get our guys in, but here's it makes me nervous. You get past those front three, we're done.
I know, I think a lot of guys are hurt too. Because I mean, wait, when you say when you talk about depth wise,
Yeah.
are you talking just like as you get past them running? Yeah, I could.
No, not as you run past them, but when you get past Cam and Larry
trust me,
and Tyson.
If I was Bush after that tackle on the 4th down on the preseason game, he should have took off his shoes, took off his pads, and be like, "I'm done. I retire. This is it."
It's not to get any better than this.
No. Truthfully, I think they have some good depth because you haven't seen Tyson Alualu yet.
Yeah.
You got Ogunjobi.
Yeah.
Is that his name? Ogunjobi?
Yeah.
All right. I'm just making sure I pronounce it right. I don't know if it's Ogunjobi.
You don't want him showing up in your bushes tonight.
No, he's a master man. You got Cam. You got the rookie that I thought's been pretty good.
He wasn't bad tonight. Yeah, he wasn't bad.
And you still have the other putts that they brought
Well,
in.
Loudermilk's been hurt, but he's available.
TJ again, louder face. But what's the guy they brought in last year to kind of play when they brought him in late, like, halfway through the season? The big nose tackle.
The kid from the Ravens?
No. The kid they got from the Saints. Well, they brought him in like the last part of the season. Big dude.
You're talking about your buddy?
No. I didn't see Mondu play tonight.
He's hurt. He was hurt.
He stinks. No, I'm
He
talking
pulled
about
one of his big ham hocks.
Yeah. Somebody must have cut his hair.
You talking about Chris? What's his name?
All
Chris. You talking about the guy? What's his name? Chris. The big
He's
guy.
He's a large African American. He's a
Yeah,
large
yeah, I know
African
you're talking
American
about.
dude. They brought in. They
Yeah,
brought
I
in
know.
like halfway through yesterday. They brought him back like on a 1-year deal or something.
Yeah. What's his name? It's not. It begins with an H. Not Hogue or Hoke or something.
He hasn't
like
played all. He hasn't played like. I don't think he's played since like preseason started. I don't think he's played in camp.
Is he hurt? Is he on a special diet thing? Does he have indigestion?
He better not be on a special diet. He needs to be eating more.
We got to find. I mean, you need those big guys. You need those big guys.
I don't think their depth is as bad, and they still got Wormley too.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna have some decisions at line to make. They still.
It's better than it was last year. Last year they were decimated.
Yeah. They still got to bring an outside guy in, man. TJ, I'm sorry. You may say this guy looked great, and they need to bring somebody in that doesn't. If TJ Watt or Highsmith, you see what you got. That you're in some deep to do. You got to bring somebody in.
But that's every team, though. You lose those first two guys. It's not like they got 18 outside linebackers.
TJ, you got to bring somebody in that's not been working at Cracker Barrel the week before. I mean, you got to do something with that. I think their secondary has decent depth.
I like their
Believe
secondary.
it or not.
I really like it. Holy cow. I think they battle. I think they do good.
To me, like, why wouldn't you bring, I don't know. But even so, it's like, what would hurt, like, bringing Joe Hayden in?
It wouldn't hurt at all.
Give you a little bit of flexibility, a little bit, play the.
Where would he
move
go?
Guys in and out. You can back up. You can move guys in and out on a dime package.
I think they got a lot of young guys. I think they're happy with their young guys in the back end. I think they actually doesn't look bad either. I'm telling you right now, your guy.
I know. 34 actually looks like he's playing like
he does.
Well, yeah. When you're playing to get a
maybe Tomlin was right. Maybe he is a first rounder, Tim.
No, I mean he's playing on the deals that he should have always been playing on. He's barely making $1 million. He's not making $5. That's this is when he's like not noticeable. Like if he was like a 4th round pick and he's like this, I'd be like, yeah, that dude's pretty good. He's making plays. That's what he should have been all along.
You're probably right. No, he looks decent. And what are those two, like the two Davis brothers that are both like defensive tackles? You think they're both going to make it?
I don't know, TJ. I don't even know which one number's which. I have no idea.
Tim.
I think one is 60. I think 68. I'm wanting to say. I
think one
have
is
no
68.
idea.
Yeah.
You got a lot of defensive linemen. It's going to be interesting seeing their cuts because, I think you're going to be cutting a lot off of defense. Your receivers are going to get cut. You're going to get those guys are going to get picked up quite quickly.
Yeah.
And it's a sad thing that me and you are sitting here talking, going, boy, I can't wait to see what the other teams cut offensive linemen so we can do something.
You're
TJ,
right. We need help.
when you say that to start the season, that we're waiting on other teams to cut linemen so we can pick them up, you are in some deep doo-doo.
We are. Our line looks bad. But I mean, I think if you can find a left tackle, I mean, everybody's looking for a left tackle that's serviceable. You know what? I think if you could find a left tackle, and then I think you replace one of those two guards. I think you find, again, if Dotson is healthy, I think he'll be okay. Green's just terrible. He's awful.
You can't even get that. But you hear, listen to what you just said. Just listen to what you said. If you find a left tackle and a guard, you'll be fine. TJ, we're going to be trying to pick off left guards and tackles or cut from the Lions. Think about some of that stuff.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think Moore could start for the Lions at left tackle?
TJ, he wasn't bad last year, but then again, Ben was getting rid of the ball in a half a second.
He was.
So
I don't think who does he play for in the league? I think you can grab a solid, get you a BJ Finney. Find somebody like that. He's got to be better than Dan.
Why don't you put Leglu out there? Leglu, what's his name?
Yeah, Legoo. We'll call him Gru from like Minions. Anybody. He's so bad. I mean, at least again, he's so bad. Dotson I thought was serviceable tonight. I mean, you can't. TJ, that other dude, Green can't see the field.
Here's the thing: like, you think Dotson's serviceable because you saw the other half of that as 53 looking like he was getting tossed out of the club every play.
I've never seen any lineman in the history of the NFL get thrown around like him ever.
TJ, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know if Dotson played good or not, because I'm used to 53. He could have played really bad today. I was just like, it's pretty sweet not seeing like the opposing, nose tackle 10 feet in the backfield.
I'll tell you what, Cole looks like a great pickup, doesn't he? He looks like he's a solid center.
Yeah, I mean, but to me, it's like, I don't even know how 53 is running with the second team. TJ,
he's bad.
Again, TJ, I haven't seen like that. Like his tape, you would have thought, TJ, you would have thought like he was playing in the mascot game as one of the little kids, and the mascots are just bullying him.
He's bad. I've not seen he's bad. He's not like a bust. He's not, I mean, he's small. He gets overpowered. I know he had just like fire in him, but you know what? You can have all the fire you want. If you're our size, you're not pushing around anybody that's 6'6". You're just not.
TJ, Rudy Rudiger had a lot of fire in him too. And guess what? He was getting his rear end kicked every other day up at Notre Dame. But I can bet you $1 million the whole Steelers team aren't going to come in and be throwing their jerseys down at Mike Tomlin's desk saying play 53.
That's true. You're right. If they do, we got deeper problems, Tim. We got deeper problems.
How do the Pouncey brothers think? This dude was down in Florida working out with them. There's pictures of them. If I was Mike and Mark, if I was Kendrick Green, I'd be fearing for my life that the Pounceys are going to come kill me because they just tarnished their whole entire name.
He did. You're right. And those guys, I tell you what, those two. Yeah, I went to school in Lakeland. Where they grew up in Lakeland was not a good area. you can't convince me those two not killed people.
They were hiding the gun for Aaron Hernandez. I mean, what do you think?
It's bad. All right. Well, you know what? Who knows what's going to happen? Why don't we let's open up the Yinzer mailbag, Tim. What is the Yinzer mailbag, you ask? It's when you, the fan, get to ask us, the Yinzer brothers, anything you want to about the Steelers, about life, anything at all. We're here to help you gain knowledge and maybe bring a little bit of joy and happiness to your life. If you got a question for us, you can send it to yinzerbros@gmail.com. If you're lucky enough, we'll read it on our international podcast. Tim, do we got anything in the Yinzer mailbag tonight?
I do have some old stuff from Mark a while ago, but I'll throw one of these out. He goes, when will Kenny become quarterback one?
When will Kenny be? I'll tell you what. Depends on how he does, even with Cincinnati. If he tanks at Cincinnati, I mean, where he like gets flustered and gets pressured, it wouldn't surprise me to see him out at Cincinnati. But I'm going to guess probably. Let's see. I mean, they got Cincinnati, and then they have. I mean, they're 3 games after Cincy aren't tough.
I think they go the Patriots after them. I think they open
Yeah,
up with the
the
Patriots.
Patriots aren't that tough. And then you have the Jets, and who else is there?
TJ,
And the
I'm not
Browns.
playing. I'm not playing Kenny against the Patriots.
You
You know how
think?
many times Bill Belichick has had any quarterback seen ghost?
Yeah. So I could see him coming in against maybe Cleveland week 3.
Wait do you see Mitch's dumb face after they play the Patriots? He's gonna be like,
I would say. I mean, unless if he starts to tank in Cincinnati quick, why not?
I don't know, man. And then he asks us, how many years will he be the QB1?
Who, Kenny? How old's he now?
Yeah.
24.
Yeah.
I would say this. I mean, he should have at least a good. I want to say he's going to have at least a good. I mean, QBs are into their mid late 30s now. I'm going to say he's going to have a good 14-year run. My prediction.
Do you think he'll win a Super Bowl with the Pittsburgh Steelers?
You ready for this? I think he'll win. I think he'll win multiple Super Bowls.
I do.
He has.
And
he has that thing.
His little hands around
His
the
little
Lombardi,
hands.
just pulling. Oh, it's gonna be incredible.
Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have, a Malik Willis that runs around like a chicken with his head cut off?
He does look good though, TJ.
And he's 7 for 14 or 7 for 18, or would you have somebody like Kenny Pickett that's consistently, his normal games are going to be stuff like, 18 for 21, 21 for 24. That's just what he's going to do. He's accurate. Do you want your quarterback to run for his life, or do you want him to put the ball exactly where it's supposed to be, wherever he wants it to be? You want the ball in the hands of your playmakers.
I guess it depends on what type of line you got around him. You got these bunch of bad news bears. I want the guy that can run forever. But I mean, you got half decent line from Nuggets. I would rather have the dude that's going to put balls exactly where they need to go.
Well, how many stud guys that are like him, like Malik Willis, last for other than like a Russell Wilson, but Russell Wilson can actually throw. He's an accurate passer.
I think Malik Willis could throw though too, man. The little I saw in the preseason, man, he's pretty nasty, man.
Well, I saw his stat line, and then I saw the few pretty balls that he threw. But if you actually go back and you watch all of his throws, some of his throws are bad. I mean, when I say bad, it's like me and you at the Turkey Bowl bad.
The only thing that gets me nervous about Kenny is we haven't seen him. There's a different speed.
Mm-hmm.
You want to say even from where he was playing out even in Jacksonville, you get some of the ones. There's a different speed up. I'm afraid it's either going to take him time to adjust to that regular season speed, or
he probably will.
Or what? I think he's going to be good.
He'll have at least a decade-long thing, and I think if he goes beyond a decade, I could see us getting. I mean, to get to the Super Bowl, so many things have to happen. They just do. I mean, like for example, last year, look at Kansas City. Kansas City, when they play Cincinnati, first half, Mahomes looks like he's a world beater. Second half, Mahomes looked terrible. If he played a quarter of what he normally plays, the Bengals aren't at the Super Bowl. It's them.
I agree.
So even Mahomes, it gets everybody, man.
Did you hear Burrow said he was like, the only teams we got to worry about is the
I love that.
Chargers.
Because he's cocky. I love that. You know what? And what he just did was he just put a target on himself for every AFC team. And we already know this about him. We know he's got weak knees. We know he's got weak legs. Why would you do that? Don't be a jerk. Don't be an arrogant jerk. You can't play like that in the NFL and not back it up. How many quarterbacks can actually talk like that other than a Tom Brady or a few of these guys and actually back it up? Does he have enough of a body of work yet to back all that up? He's been to the Super Bowl one time.
I don't know, man. We'll see. They tear up this year. I like Burrow, but I don't know.
I like his accuracy. I like all that stuff. And I do like his moxie, but he's got to learn when to be quiet. You don't need to give anybody bulletin board material.
I don't disagree with you. So I don't know. But other question he had is, thoughts on Mr. Watson only getting, was it 11 games or 12 games? What is it, 12 games?
He got 11 games, I think.
Yeah.
I think they were thinking 12 and they got 11. This is what I would have done. I think you don't just, obviously, You got 24 ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he settled out of court with all but one. The one that won't settle with him says because there's no remorse in him. That is predatory behavior, and I don't understand that. I don't understand. I don't understand that. So I got two things that are bopping in my head. I would if he's going to play again, I would have suspended him not for the whole season, but for 16 games. This is why. Because it would make Cleveland, they would have to enact his first year contract this year, which is only $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
They'd have to pay it so that next year, I would not give them a free pass on this whole year, because then what would happen is next year he would only his contract would only be $1 million. So next year it's going to be, that's when all the big money is going to kick in. I think, I don't understand Cleveland's reasoning for it. I think it hurts the game. If it's one or two, if it's one person, it could be different. 24 is insane. And then when you, I don't know if
he will mess up again.
Oh, there's no doubt. And here's the thing too. He didn't look that great in preseason.
He will mess up again.
He will. This has got to be messing with him, because this is there's a problem. He's a problem. And I feel bad for the kid. I don't think we're helping him by enabling him. I don't think,
but for him to originally say he was sorry, then come back and say, well, people were getting upset, that he claims he didn't do anything. Something's wrong with him, and he will mess up again. And there's not a better franchise on this planet to get stuck with it than the Cleveland Browns and all their scumbag fans.
You're right. No, you're right. It just, I mean, I'm not a Cleveland fan anyway, but this is a new low even for Cleveland. It's crazy. And they get all that they, it breaks my heart. I hope it doesn't tarnish the sport. And it might, I don't know. It's bad.
I just find it very weird they have him coming back the same week that they're playing the Texans. I mean, come on. Like, that tells me the NFL don't care either, truthfully.
No. I mean, it's about money. It's about money.
All right. Other things on Yinzer mailbag. Does it make sense for the Pittsburgh Steelers to trade someone to get something? So trade an asset to receive an asset.
Yes, absolutely. We need line help. Trade somebody.
I agree, but who would you trade?
I would trade, if you could find somebody dumb enough to go for this trade, Tim, I would trade Devin Bush straight up for that kid from the Bears. I would trade Mason Rudolph straight up for that Texans left tackle. How am I doing so far as TJ the GM? Pretty good, huh?
I mean, you're doing pretty good. It's almost like we're playing Madden. I think the biggest chip you have, truthfully, the biggest chip you have is Chase Claypool.
I agree.
So trade him. So I don't gotta look at his face anymore. I mean, if you can trade him for, I don't think you're gonna get. I don't know. I think he's dumb enough to take him too.
You know what? People are enamored with potential. And I think Chase Claypool is loaded with potential, but let's just be real. We have two other receivers that are almost that are like him. Pickens is going to be a stud. Boykin, he's got the same specs, close. What has Claypool done where you're like, we can't get rid of this guy?
But to me, it's like, it's not, even if they have Pickens, I get that, but I trust the Steelers drafting receivers.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So much. So you're not going to pay Claypool.
No.
He's up for contract next year. You just pay Deontay. You're not going to pay him.
No.
If you can get something for him that is a tackling machine, or to me, you need some type of offensive line piece.
Mm-hmm. You
do it, or you trade him for a pick, and you trade that pick to get some offensive line up, something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do something on that line. That line is TJ. It's bad. I didn't think it'd get worse than last year. And my thing is too, is I keep more or less thinking about it too with the line. Is this coach that they brought in any good?
I don't know.
to see Dan Moore regress that much, and I get it, Ben got rid of the ball, but he wasn't. Dan Moore was pretty. I think of all the offensive linemen last year, he was the least that I was worried about coming into this year. So to me, it's like, did this offensive line guy a dumb? He came from Carolina, and they stunk. Is he a dumb?
He might be. I don't know. They look like. And again, we got to just in Pittsburgh. Listen to me. Don't take this the wrong way, but Munchak, he's gone. He's not coming back. I keep hearing if we can just bring him back, he's not coming back. He's gone.
Why? Why couldn't they bring him back?
He's doing his own thing now.
I'm thinking that you could suit him up, and he'd be better than half the guys.
You probably could. I just offensive line, just where they're at, it's just a huge hole right now. I don't know. And again, it might be. I mean, I know that they're bringing in more of the playbook now, and I know it takes a while for the offensive line to gel. And they're all basically, for the most part, new. They're new positions. They're doing new things. Moore's in the same place, but I mean, being that left tackle, I mean, it's a heady position.
Whoever the hell the scout was that said, "Hey, I think 53 is going to make a good guard or center," that guy, he should be kicked out of the organization just like 55.
You know what I think they did? I think they found somebody that they thought had the same temperament as as whatchamacallit, as Pouncey, but he doesn't have the same physical skills as Pouncey.
TJ, that dude doesn't have the same temperament as Pouncey. That dude is a fake gangster. 53. Pouncey is a gangster.
That's true. I wonder if he's listening to our podcast, Tim.
Can you imagine what those Pouncey brothers are? They're watching Kendrick Green. They're probably like, "This SOB is killing our reputation."
He is.
That dude's not going to be able to step foot in Lakeland, Florida ever again because the Pouncey's going to be. Kendrick Green will be dragged out to the middle of a lake in Lakeland with a cinder block on his foot. He's getting eaten by the gators.
He will. That's exactly what will happen. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
Off of the Pouncey pontoon boat.
Yeah, I am all for them going out and getting somebody. I think too. I mean, you don't want to just grab people off the scrap heap. I think they need to grab somebody. I mean, anybody. I mean, you hear me talk. BJ Finney still. Anybody is better than some of these wahoos. And again, as a lineman, if you're in your 30s, that doesn't scare me. You know, linemen, they seem like they can groove all the way into their mid 30s and they're okay. I know they want to find these young studs. I say you patch the holes in the boat now, and then you address some of the down the hill things in the draft next year.
Oh, TJ, if they don't draft next year, if their first round pick is not a offensive tackle or guard, I may drive down to Rooney Avenue and just be protesting. Just be like, drafted to get O-line. I mean, realistically, they haven't drafted an O-lineman in the first round and probably since DeCastro.
You're right.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, you're right.
You're trying to fill your most important position with guys like me and you, saying, "Oh, it'll be all right." Yeah, Benjamin Todd Roethlisberger is not walking through the door anymore, but I hope Bates it again. I think I'm about 62%. I think he could be the guy.
He is the guy.
Dude.
There's no doubt. Like I just think their line all got old at the same time very quick, and then DeCastro was going to be a swing guy, and then he just retired. He lost his fire.
What's he doing? Is him and Andrew Luck backpacking through Europe together? What
pretty much. That's exactly what he did. He lost his fire. He lost his desire to play.
Unreal.
It is. You got anything else in the Yinzer mailbag?
I think a lot of the stuff we already covered was in the Yinzer mailbag. So.
All right. So again, if you got any questions, you can email us at yinzerbros@gmail.com. And then we'll do whatever we can to get you on. Tim is sweating bullets right now because he's wearing his long sleeve shirt. No hair should ever have a long sleeve shirt.
My undercarriage is I can feel dripping down.
I know that's something the listeners don't need to hear that, Tim. So I got a dilemma. I have a dressing dilemma here that you might be able to help me with. So I'm going this weekend to Erie, PA to marry my I'm going to perform the ceremony for one of my nieces.
Yeah.
And she sends me this email with the other cousins and stuff. And they're doing their rehearsal dinner on a riverboat in Erie.
Oh.
So she said it would be great if we could dress in the Great Gatsby, kind of the 20s and 30s riverboat thing. So come prepared to dress like that for the riverboat. Now, Tim, I don't know what your wardrobe looks like. I don't have a lot in my wardrobe that I would classify as riverboat from the 20s or
Are you
30s.
talking like top hats and like the
I
long
don't know. I don't even know what it
cigarettes?
is. I don't even know what it is. I don't know.
TJ,
What's
all I know is
20s?
they wore a lot of material in the 20s, and on a riverboat
See
out in,
that's not good.
you're not gonna get away with wearing shorts. There wasn't many shorts in the 1920s.
Did they have knickers? Are knickers like kind of like shorts with like but long socks? Can I get away
TJ,
with maybe a pair of knickers?
I don't think those were
Where would one go to find a
1920s.
pair of knickers, Tim?
TJ, there ain't no way in God's creation you're gonna find a pair of knickers that fits you within a week and a half.
Maybe I'll have somebody make me a pair out of like the parachute material. Remember like the
I would
80s, the
love,
parachute
I would,
pants?
I would love to see you in a pair of knickers. You would look, you would just, you might as well just paint yourself purple and just roll in like an Oompa Loompa, like
I may actually tonight get on Amazon and see if I can find me a pair of knickers.
TJ, don't. If you do, if it's if those knickers are saying large, you make sure you get like a triple XL because you know that's coming straight from China.
I don't know if I'll even get it. Maybe I'll get that and I'll get some suspenders and maybe one of those little, what do you call those little hats? Those, you know.
Are you talking about like the ones that the paper boys used to wear? Some.
Yeah.
Hey,
What are those called?
everybody? Hey.
Yeah, that would be like, wouldn't that fit the time?
What do you, TJ? Why?
I don't know, because she that's what she wants. It's her wedding. It's what she wants.
Yeah, but that's making everybody very uncomfortable. Like it's stress-
I realize I'm just gonna be sweating a lot that day.
TJ, you're gonna be sweating, and the mosquitoes are you're gonna be like a Christmas ham for the mosquitoes.
Very unpleasant. Very
You
unpleasant.
serious, man? You couldn't. Do you have to go?
Yes, I have to go. I'm performing the wedding. It's the rehearsal. She's my niece. I gotta go.
Did you talk to your brother-in-law to say, hey, I don't think this is a good
I
idea
don't know
for
what
any
he's
of us?
wearing. I got to figure out what he's wearing.
Or your nephew, the big nephew, he's gonna be.
Yeah, but I don't think he's a sweater like us. I mean, Alex is big. He's big, but I don't think he's a sweater like us.
TJ, I don't know what to tell you, man. That would be something that'd be circling on my calendar is like I'm trying to get out of any way possible because I would be miserable. I was in a sports jacket and at a conference indoors where the air was at 30 degrees and I was sweating like a stuffed pig.
Because that's what us Harris is what we do.
No, TJ, I had to go back up to my hotel room and stand in front of the air conditioner, try to get a little air. And I brought a towel downstairs in my bag, and I was first up speaking. I'm going, calm yourself down. I couldn't imagine being on a riverboat dressed in 1920s material.
I gotta do some research today. I gotta figure it out.
Your brother, whatever you do, just take a picture because I want to see it. Because I don't. That is, yikes! I would be. How many people are on this boat?
I don't know. It's a rehearsal. I don't know anything about it. I just know that I was given the email or the text.
Let me ask you a question. Is it like a boat where you're gonna like? Is there like? I was on a engagement party, but I was on a boat like the Spirit of Chicago, where you're able to go inside. And there's like air inside on the boat.
I don't know. I don't know if it's like the Gateway Clipper fleet. Then probably yeah, but I don't know.
If that's the case, you got some air. You wear what you want, and you just.
It doesn't matter. I don't have anything that checks that box, Tim.
Dude, I don't tell you, man. Put a bow tie on. You'll be fine.
How many bow ties do you have?
How many bow ties do I have?
Yeah, how many bow ties
TJ,
does Tim Harris have at the house?
TJ, look at my neck. There's not a lot of bow ties that be fitting around this neck. Tim doesn't have a bow tie because Tim would actually look like the Porky the Pig cartoon. That's what I would look like with the bow tie on.
I would love to see. I could tie a regular tie. I don't even know how to begin to tie a bow tie. We can get you one of those like those little fake bow ties.
TJ, you can't put a bow tie on me, TJ. I'd look like the Penguin.
See, now I kind of want to see it.
But why don't you get? I think you should get one of those long ones. You know what I'm talking about? Not like a regular tie, but like
an ascot.
I don't know what an ascot is. That,
It's kind of like a scarfy kind of tie kind of
yeah,
thing.
one of those, a scarfy
Yeah,
type of tie.
yeah.
And I think you
Because
should go
doesn't that seem hot around your neck though? Wouldn't that be hot?
teaching anything you do, you're going to be hot
I
unless
am. I'm
you
good at
come in.
sweat. I'm relegated. I understand that. I
Can
just
you
give it up.
can you come like a cowboy?
I don't know.
1920s cowboy?
Did they have cowboys in the 20s? I don't know.
I'm assuming they did. Cowboys and Indians, right? Was that
I
before
don't
that time?
know. I was told the Roaring 20s, 20s and 30s. I don't know what that is.
I
We'll
would come
figure
as
it
the,
out.
I would come dressed as the drunk riverboat captain with my half a shirt like rolled up like this.
So how about the guy? Didn't The Rock do that in Jungle Cruise? Wasn't he a riverboat captain? I could
Sure,
go as Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
sure, sure, sure. TJ, it almost tempts me. It almost tempts me to somehow find this boat and get on my own boat and ride right next to you with no shirt on and just my in my swim trunks, drinking a cold drink just to watch you the whole time. Going, I'm feeling pretty good over here.
I think that would be great, Tim. So I don't know. That's my dilemma. So Tim, we got Cincy coming up. What do you think we need to do to prepare to take on the mighty Bengals?
I don't know. Find
I
find a
mean,
line.
we could do like remember the old Nancy Kerrigan, Tanya Harding thing. We could try to break the leg.
I mean, did you ever think that you would be talking and be like, I think we're going to get boat raced by the Bungles?
Well, you said we'll find out. I mean, every year is its own thing. We'll see how good they really are.
Can you put TJ Watt in a duplication machine and just duplicate 11 of them?
That would be kind of nice, actually. That'd probably be pretty good. Oh well.
I don't
Well,
know. Can you move 53 to defense? You
we
think
could. Where would you put him, Tim?
linebacker play for 55? I could do the same thing. I mean,
Yeah, it could be bad. Oh, I don't know. Well, Tim, I think that's it for this episode of our Yinzer Bros. Just so you guys know, we'll be coming back with more regular podcasts as the season kicks on. I believe September 11th is our season opener against the
are we
Bengals.
going to do a pod before the season opens? Or
Absolutely, we
just
have to because by
okay?
then we
Okay,
would have all these new linemen and all these new acquisitions. We're going to have to.
sure.
We will.
Roaring
So
20s, roaring 20s.
you got to think about it. So, Tim, anything else you want to add tonight before we sign off?
No, man. I gotta get near an air vent or something. Stick my head in it.
Well, once again, I'm TJ. I'm here with my brother Tim. We're the Yinzer Bros. Don't forget, if you like what you hear, if you like our podcast, spread the love, pass it along to everybody that you know.
Yeah.
Again, we're the Yinzer Bros. Stay classy, Pittsburgh.
Still number one out here.
See ya.